Good afternoon. Well, it's time to It's coming to 4 o'clock. It's 3:43. I just got back from my shift at Dinty's. So I got my Dinty shift over with this week, but I don't know if I work tomorrow at Coco 40. I don't know. I might be off. I don't know. If my boss wants me to work tomorrow, he'll text me, obviously. Yeah. I hope I get tomorrow off. And I don't mind working Friday and like Sunday because I'm fucking tired, man. I'm exhausted. Yeah, I hope you guys know my video I made yesterday. Talked about Skiv SOURCE being what? Better than Hollywood, obviously. Yeah, Skiv SOURCE will be better than Hollywood, guys. And Xanus will be the best movie Choji ever made. I'm eating Canadian, I know. I'm eating junk food all week. Yeah. These are like, they're like troll hands. What are they called again? No, octopus. Octopus candy. I will go in trouble eventually, but right now I'm just so tired. But I will be serious again. Have a mental mindset. Go on a treadmill. Try to go 5-7 days a week. Get down to maybe 240, 230 at the end of the year. I'm just very lazy right now. But I will lose the weight. I will lose it. And get my girlfriend. Yeah, Ryvan, you have a wife. Yeah, I know, but my wife is a cheating whore. And she's not worthy to judge me about it. Vija gets angry and she gives me out for it. I'm like, ignore. She's a cheating whore. There you go. She's seeing me behind my back right now. Why I stay faithful to her. When I get one girlfriend, you judge me for it. Well, VJ knows she's not worthy to judge me because she's a cheating whore. There you go. I'm talking to you, VJ. If you're angry and you give me hell, you know I'm going to ignore you, right? So I know you're going to keep seeing the guys on my back too, so I'm not going to let you do my man. Can't have your full cake, VJ. There you go. Yeah, it's my first move I'm going to make is going to be the last over Xanus. It's based off my famous novel that I wrote. My masterpiece. My masterpiece of story. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna coffee in a good lay 10 minutes. I'm gonna go and get my coffee, guys. Yeah. Are you gonna eat food today, Ivan? During the video, I want to eat food, but there's nothing to eat upstairs, man. There's literally nothing to eat. I have my Dinty's food, but I didn't eat anything all day except for my candy, right? Yeah. Yeah, Xanus is a masterpiece. It's the best fantasy novel written. There's a reason why the gatekeepers want to control your brand, Ivan. They know your book is a masterpiece. Yeah. I overheard my stepfather, he told me, he didn't tell me, but I heard him talking. He's like, how the heck can you come up with a story like that? Yeah. When they read my book, they were shocked. When they read sections of my book, they were shocked. Holy shit, Ivan wrote a masterpiece. And my stepmother told me, Ivan, your book is number one. Number one. She said number one because she knows it'll be the best, the what? the most successful novel series ever, more popular than Harry Potter. At the same time, it's also a masterpiece. It's better than Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. And she said, yeah, Ivan, Hollywood would be all over your book, Ivan. They would love your story, Ivan. Yeah, she told me that. Hollywood would love this, Ivan. I know, but I'm not selling to the Hollywood system. What? I have the keys on to sell you. This money on the book is for me, BJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pigment, yeah. All the money in the world goes to you, and you won't let me make money in this world. And all of a sudden, when I write my book, you want to control my book too, because you're fucking greedy, man. Yeah, man. No, man. That money off the book is for me, BJ. It's not for you. It's for me, BJ. It's not for you, Samsara. The money off the book is for me, BJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pigment. You're a greedy psychopath. Yeah, I can't stand the fact that you and BJ being multi-billionaires, Ivan. I'm envious. I don't want you to be. I don't mind you being a millionaire, but I don't want you and BJ to be billionaires, Ivan. I'm envious. That's why I gave you the keys, Ivan. Otherwise, you would never be a billionaire. The gates would steal your money. They would lock the doors on you, and they would never let you be a billionaire. That's why God gave you the keys. That way, you can get your freedom and your financial control, and you can control your own product, your own brand, which is the Xanus Brand. The Xanus Brand I wrote. I own the rights to that. That's my money. It's my brand. Me and VJ's brand. Yeah, the situation is so serious that even when me and VJ are king and queen, everything around the world's locked on us. The gates will never let us touch a dime of their money. Because I wrote the Xanus book and I own the rights on that, I made the billions on that. That money is me and VJ's. And with that money, we can start a business. And I'm going to start my own film studio, Skiv SOURCE Entertainment with VJ. My own film studio with VJ, obviously. And now I can get all the Hollywood actors out of the Hollywood system who are chosen by movie, pay them more money than what they're making on average, and I can save them. And they get their freedom with me and VJ, and I get them out of the Hollywood system, and they get the experience, success, glory, and fame with me and VJ. But after that, you're going to go back to home and let money go to zero. I'm not going to save you for the next movie. Beg and cry, guys. All you Hollywood actors, I'm not going to resign you for the next movie, man. You're going to go back to home and let money go deserve. And there you go. I'm nice enough to say those men who touched my wife in Hollywood and paid them a lot of money, and the experience has some fame to me. And VJ's willing to pay all those women who touched her husband. After the movie project, you guys are going to go back to Hollywood and left behind in the Hollywood system. You get what you deserve, man. I'm not going to resign you. And there you go. Don't hate us, I'm saying, yeah. Sorry? Was today busy? Yeah, today was pretty busy. Not as busy as yesterday. No, today was just as busy as yesterday. But like closing it, I did not have as much work to do today. But I was very fast. I wanted to get out of the restaurant, so I washed a bunch of dishes. I was very fast. I'm a fast dishwasher. I was like grinding, like washing all the plates, washing all the kitchen dishes, and before you know it, like by 2:50, I was out of here. I was out of Dinty's. And I walked all the way home, 40-minute walk. 40-minute walk from Dinty's to home, that's a long walk. Good exercise, though. Yeah. Today I was tired, too, and I was stressed out, man. I'm like, yeah. I'm sick and tired of doing these blood, sweat, and tears dishwashing work for peanuts. I work so hard, and I only make a couple $100, man. Shitty fucking money. I make not bad money for someone who doesn't pay rent. On my $900 every 2 weeks working both jobs, I make like my $950 to $1,000 every 2 weeks working both jobs. I'm not supposed to be a fucking bum dishwasher. I'm supposed to be a multi-billionaire successful. But the gates betrayed me. They locked all the doors on me. That's why God had to give me the keys. And I wrote my book, and that money is mine. Me and VJ's, it's not yours. The gates are not touching my money. You won't let me touch your money. You're not touching a dime of my money either. That's how it works, man. Yeah. I know, Ivan, you hate the keys because people can read your mind and you have anxiety and everyone hates playing with the keys, but The keys is the easy billions, man, for you and your wife, man. It's easy money. That's why everyone hates playing with the keys, because the keys is the lottery ticket, man. It's the lottery ticket to success. Yeah. I don't have to sell to any gatekeeper, man. I can control my own money, which means I get my freedom. I'm not under the gates. The reason why we need to get our freedom is because we have the keys. We're not under the gatekeepers. We control. We didn't sell them. That's why we get our freedom. Yeah. God gave you the keys, Ivan. Now you can also get your freedom with your wife. Be rich and be free, right? Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Alright, how much will you make off your book? My guess, 10 to 14 to 20 billion. Or I might make my 30, 40, 50, or I might even make my 80, 90, 100 million dollars. Yeah. If everyone in the world, I don't know, if a good like 6 billion, 7 billion people in the world buy my book, I'll be pulling in my 80, 90, 100 million dollars royalty check, a huge royalty check, man. Yeah. But I highly doubt I'm going to make that. I'm probably going to make my 10, 14, 20 billion around there off the book. 15 billion maybe. I make, and if I make $50 million, that's enough money for me if we just have Sky's Entertainment. Our own film studio, yeah. We can get the Hollywood actors out of the Hollywood system. They work for us. They get their freedom with us, and they get to experience success and fame with Iron Media, but only the lucky chosen get to experience that. The ones who are not chosen, I'm sorry. You're left behind the Hollywood system. You get what you deserve it. There you go. Yeah. You really think Zane's will be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings? Yes, it will. Looking at a better story than even Lord of the Rings. It's a deeper, more powerful story. And don't forget, I'm making it for $1.8 million. I'm acting as Tactius. Me acting as Tactius, the movie makes the movie that much better. And VJ's Lithia. Yeah. And I can afford to pay like thousands of extras for my movie. The Switzerland extras, yeah. Switzerland, yeah, I can afford it. Like, you're looking at the biggest extras in movie history. All these movies that have extras, they only have like a couple hundred extras because Hollywood can't afford to have 5,000 extras. That'll drain their budget. You make a movie for $100 million, you can't afford to pay 30,000, 5,000 extras. No, Hollywood, they have like 200 extras and they rely on visual effects to fill in the blanks because they don't have the kind of budgets I have. Whereas I can actually afford to have 5,000 extras in my Zane's movie for the extras. It might take maybe 4 days to film that scene, 5 days to film that scene. Cost me $5 million. I can easily afford it. 5,000 extras, $180 a day is like 900 grand. So it's costing me like $4.7 million. I can easily afford it. Because we can easily afford this. I know, Peter. We can easily afford it. The Lord of the Rings, we couldn't afford this live. I know, Peter. We couldn't afford Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I didn't just write some shitty book to make money. No. Like, I put in the work, I poured my blood, sweat, and tears in my book, and I made sure I told the best story ever told. When you pay your $85, you're getting your $85 worth. You're looking at the best reading experience of your life. or your $22 for the ebook, you're looking at the best reading experience of your life. Holy shit. No author has kept me entertained the way Ivan has. Yeah, I'm a genius. I have the heavenly gift from above. God gave me the gift. He gave me the gifts, obviously. Because he knew the gates would lock the doors. That's why God had to give me the gifts. Yeah, I'm going to give you the gift of art. You can write your own novel. Make your own album. Make a movie. I chose to write a book because the book is cheaper. And I was already writing lots of Xanus. Okay, the gates lock the doors on me. But I have the keys. I can open my own door. I can make my money. But I have to own something. I'm like, oh my god, my Xanus book. I'm writing that right now. And I decided to write Xanus. And I finished my book. Yeah. Now I just got to get a proofread this year. I designed my cover. And it's ready to be released on Hulu. I'm going to enjoy myself for a good 4 or 5 years. Till 2029. I'll let the gates know in 2029. Unless they sell the house before then. The day happens when they tell me I'm selling the house. I'll let them know, look, man. I wrote my book. It's proofread. It's edited. I designed my cover. I want to get this thing self-published. And they're like, I forget about the book. I'm like, no, I want to get it self-published, guys. And they have that meeting behind the scenes. They're like, fuck, man. I even did it, man. He has the fucking keys to get him. He can make his easy billions. He can open his own door. He doesn't have to sell to us. And he owns the rights to Xanus book. We may own everything in the world, but he owns the rights to the Xanus brand. That Xanus book is his. Hopefully we scare him and we dupe him and he sells and shares. We destroy his life. He gets a garbage VJ and his life's destroyed and we steal all his money and give him peanuts. Yeah. And they know I'm not going to sell him. I'm not going to let you do it. I know. I'd rather wake up one than have you do it. But no way. I know it's scary to die. What if they cut your head off? Yeah, it's scary, but I'd rather go through that horde and wake up one than have the keys doing that, man. No fucking way. I'm not going to sell and share with the garbage. Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, I know dying is scary, but I'll wake up 1 million in the hospital. Wake up. Hey, Ivan, all I gotta do is just wake up 1 million in the hospital. I get this over with. I go through that horde and I wake up 1 million in the hospital. And Vijay gets her healing. She's now fresh and she sees my father light, obviously. No more crying. And I get her all fresh to myself forever. And me and Vijay will get the genetic purpose of glowing beauty. You know what I'm saying? I get my full grown beard and I control the Xanus brand. I control my money. The gates don't touch my money. I didn't sell it. And now me and Vijay can be billionaires, multi-billionaires, and can live life. I can start my own film studio bear in Hollywood. So why would I be in Hollywood when I can start my own film studio bear in Hollywood? It's common sense, duh. Yeah. But the gates, they don't want me. Yeah, I don't want you being king, man. Smoke, I don't want you with VJ, man. That's why they're really going to try their best to scare me into selling and sharing. But I'd rather, even though it's scary to die, I'd rather go through that horde and wake up one and have you do that, man. No way. I'm not going to have you destroy my life after already causing that mess in my life. There's no one going to let you control my book when you have all that money, all those trillions in your bank, man. I don't know, you're 80 trillion, you're 100 trillion in your bank. You're not touching a dime on my book, man. Zero. That money off the book is for me. VJ, it's not for you. No. But they're going to really try to scare me into selling and sharing. I don't know, they pull out a gun and I see 5 people pull out shotguns. I'm like, holy shit, no, we're not fucking around when either you bow to us or you suffer the consequences. We don't want you getting VJ all fresh yourself. We don't want you being king and controlling our money, Ivan. And controlling your Xanus brand. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not selling to you, man. You have all that money in your bank and you did this evil to me and you hate your wealth. I'm not gonna let you take my money. You're fucking crazy. I'm not gonna let you get more of a piece of my wife, man. You already touched my wife. You got your garbage trashy sex. Now what? Don't hate him, son. Now I'm gonna pay this fee. And I deserve to have each on to myself. I'm not gonna fucking sell and share with the garbage right. You're fucking crazy. Get trash leftovers? Yeah, no way. I get trash leftovers, man. He is garbage, man. He's complete trash. I'll never do that, man. That's disgusting. There's a reason why I run away every night, because you're garbage. Yeah. VJ's complete trash. And there's a reason why I run away every night and you see hell, because you're garbage and trash. You're incompatible with me, man. I'm holy, man. I'm holy. So if you're garbage and trash, you're never going to see my father. That's how it works, right? Now. Yeah. Yo, be brave. Yeah, I'll be brave. And then once I leave the room and the evil hits me, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna break down tears and cry. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, what the fuck, Father? What the fuck did I do to deserve this? And my father's like, I'm sorry, Ivan, man. You're special. You're my son. The world you mean's a mess. They're gonna make you pay with your wife, Ivan. They're a mess, Ivan. All you gotta do is wiggle one layer, Ivan, and you get it over with. I'll protect you, Ivan. My father protects me. Before I die, I have this peace come over me. Like, I'm scared shit as fuck, man. I'm gonna die, and I have this feeling of peace come over me. My father gives me this peace. Ivan, all you gotta do is wake up 1 minute later, you get your financial control with your wife, and your wife, you save your wife, and then I wake up all later, I get over it, and I made the right choice. That's why when I meet George been telling me, Ivan, you made the right choice, man. You're brave, Ivan. You chose to die instead of bowing to the boss, huh? You chose to die instead of bowing to VJ's family, your family. You made the right choice, Ivan. And you bowed to them, your life would have been destroyed, man. You would have been sharing forever with the world, man. With a garbage life, and they would have stole all your money, Ivan. You have no idea how rich you and VJ's family are, Ivan and VJ. They're the gatekeepers. All the money in the world goes to them. The hundreds of trillions goes to them, Ivan. They probably have 180, like 150, $200 million in the bank, Ivan. They're fucking loaded. They would have duped you guys, man. They would have taken all your billions and given you peanuts. And because you insulted them, you made your billions off your book, and you own the brand. And now you can make your billions off your box, off your film, your movie, Ivan, your merch, your game. You made the right choice, Ivan. You didn't bow to the gates. I know, George. I made the right choice. I made the right choice, man. Yeah, man. I know what I'm doing. I'm meant to win the game. The gates are not one to win the game. I'm meant to win the game. Yeah. I gave you the choice. That's why you guys said he has to pay for that. Because you knew I wouldn't make the other choice, man. Yeah, Ivan would rather wake a woman, die and wake a woman and have those two with that, yes. But if we kill him, he's guaranteed gonna peace out. Yes, the whole thing is up. He's gonna cry heavy tears, knowing he has to save his wife. And if we kill him, he's not gonna let us do like that. After causing that mess and doing that evil to him, he's gonna take his wife and peace out. His glory fades behind. He will left behind. Yes, you're left behind. You're not saved. You get what you deserve. When I'm king and you're going with me, you're left behind, guys. You're not saved. You're left behind because you're wicked people, man. Like, I'm not interested in having sex with all these Hollywood women, man. But you guys are fucking crazy people, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we have to force Ivan to fuck us, otherwise he's never going to do it. Yes, you know I'm never going to do it if you don't force me to do it. And that's why you use the bullshit fee excuse. Those Hollywood women are using the bullshit fee excuse to get an excuse because they want to have sex with me so bad. They use that as an excuse so I can have sex with them because they're fucking crazy women, man. And you're going to get your rip-off sex, woman. You're going to get ripped off. I gave you the warning. You still make the choice. You're fucking stupid, man. Ugh, God. Yeah. And now I can make Xanus for $1.8 billion. I'm going to fund the movie for $1.8 billion with my own money. And the game for $500 million. And I can get Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson out of the Hollywood system. They work for me. I can sign them to a mega deal, a massive contract. I can get all the chosen singing stars out of the Hollywood system and they work for me. And I pay them more than what they even make in Hollywood. I told you, after the journey is over with, guys, you're going to go back to Hollywood like you go deserve. So I'm saying, I'm not going to save you for the Great Escape. You're not good for the movie. Yeah. But they're all going to beg. Desperately. Desperately hard. They're going to beg hard, man. They're all going to beg desperately. Yeah, man. But they're not good for the next movie. Oh, Ivan VJ, please, 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 they'll say, please, they'll say, yeah. Begging out. Some of them might tear up and cry. Because they experienced that international glory and fame for my Xanus movie. They're part of that buzz of that amazing movie. Air Attendant Demons, the greatest fantasy story ever told. and they're legends, and they experience that glory and fame. And when they go back to Hollywood, they know they're going to be left behind. Even though we're going to have pretty good careers in Hollywood, or very good careers in Hollywood, we can make more money. Our movies are still the side attention. Yes, Ivan and VJ's movie, Great Escape movie, is the main event with Keanu Reeves, or Tom Cruise, Rob Downey Jr., Ben Affleck. Yeah, it's the main event, not their movies. Some Sarah. Okay, I have to go get my coffee. It's been like 26 minutes, guys. Yeah. So all you guys will be wondering how good my book is. Yeah, once you purchase the book, the ebook or the print arrives in your mail, or you purchase the ebook, you download the PDF file. You're all going to have that cross your mind. Let's see how good Ivan's book really is. He says it's better than Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. And you read the book, you're like, holy shit, man, this is the best novel I read in my life. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Yeah. All the Hollywood companies and directors are going to want to get their hands on my story once they read my book. Holy shit, man, Ivan wrote a master's. I want to get my hands on this. Yeah. That's why Peter and Mel Gibson are really going to compete hard for that job, man. They want the job so bad. Yeah, I want to direct Ivan's movie, make all this money, and experience that glory and fame with him, and be a part of that $2 billion budget movie. Because I'm giving Mel Gibson and Peter an unlimited budget, like about a $2 billion budget. An unlimited budget to work, a big contract and an unlimited budget to work with, man. Every director's dreams to have that kind of budget, man. But in Hollywood, can't afford to give directors that kind of budget. They give them like 100, 150, 200 budget for big budget movies. Yeah. The amount of money I'm putting towards visual effects and special effects towards one volume is more than the entire budget of the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy combined. That's what my company's blowing out of the water. Previously, Ivan, the amount of money you're pouring towards visual effects towards volume 1 alone is more than my entire budget of my 3 Lord of the Rings movies, Ivan. And that's just for visual effects. That doesn't include the film IMS cameras, the costumes and the masks, the weapons, the armor, the score, the 4K Blu-ray effect. I'm releasing it on 4K Blu-ray. Doesn't include that. I'm just always looking at something unheard of in my technology for my movie. It will blow Avatar out of the water, Lord of the Rings out of the water, The Hobbit, Harry Potter out of the water. Yeah, it's unheard of. Yeah, give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get my coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Skiv, baby, don't wait. Who guys doing this show? Don't hate them, son. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm upstairs to get my coffee. So Xanus, I'll make it for $1.8 billion. That way you give Peter and Mel the budget. You need to give Peter, Mel Gibson, and them the budget. That way they're happy, and then whatever they want to do for the movie, they can afford it. So Peter wants, if you want to upgrade the mask and the costumes, me and Peter can afford it because I gave him a $100 million budget towards all the costumes, creating all the costumes, the armor, the weapons, and the mask. Because I don't want full CGI Airtime. I'm gonna tell Peter, I don't want full CGI Airtime. I want the actor wearing the costume and the mask. Some Sarah? Yeah. Why not, man? I know, like, Airtime will be horrific as a full CGI villain, but it'll look a bit computery, Peter. I don't like that look of Aslan in your Hobbit movie. I want him looking more natural. I don't want him looking computery like that. I don't want a computery look for the war either. That's why I want film IMAX cameras. I want something more like Helm's Deep, Peter, not like your Hobbit movie. I didn't like that computery look for your war in the Hobbit. It looked very cheesy, and I didn't like it. Because for the Hobbit, Peter relied on like full CG for everything. Even Lake Town, he built a small set. He had his green screen, and they relied on CGI. CGI makes your world look very amazing, but because it's a computer technology, it can make it look a bit too computery. Hence why I don't like that. You have to know, Peter, I don't like that Hobbit look. I like more your Lord of the Rings look. But Lord of the Rings is a bit too natural for the orcs. I don't want the wolves and bats looking too natural. I'm going to mix the special effects with the demonic masks and costumes, and they look amazing. But a bit more natural. But he's like, okay, I know what you're saying. That's just more work for the team. I know, Peter, but I know what I'm doing. I don't want that Hobbit look, that computery Hobbit look, man, for your Hobbit movie, Peter. I didn't like that look. Some Sarah? I didn't like it. Yeah. So Ivan, you want the actors for the demonic characters and the civilians wearing the costume and the mask, but you don't want it like my Orcs and Lord of the Rings. No, Peter, I want a more updated look. Okay, like this Delby Animal here, Ivan. Yeah, Ivan, that's what you're saying. You know, Ivan, Lord of the Rings, that was in the 90s, man. Technology's gotten much better since then, Ivan. We can create much better masks than we did for Lord of the Rings. And Lord of the Rings, we were limited. We only had like an $8 million budget towards that, Ivan. Whereas I have a $100 million budget going towards all that. Towards all the masks, the costumes and the masks, and the armored weapons. And What a Workshop will be responsible for the prosthetic mask and the armored weapons. I'm gonna have my own people who are gonna create the costumes. What a Workshop is responsible for the costumes that go with the mask. But the clothing, you have clothing designers, they're responsible for that. The clothing designers are responsible for that. So the $100 million budget is going towards creating the clothing, obviously, the armor and the weapons, tens of thousands of that, and the costume and the mask. Like that Delby Animal, I keep showing you, right? Yeah. My Peter, is that enough to create like tens of thousands? That's more than enough. For Lord of the Rings, you only had like an $8 million budget towards that. We created thousands of armor weapons for Lord of the Rings. $100 is more than enough, Ivan. It's unlimited, Ivan. I know, Peter. Ivan, like the amount of money you put towards costumes, armor, weapons, and clothing is like my entire budget of one of my movies, Ivan. Your company blows out of the water. I know, Peter, blows out of the water. He's like, holy shit, I can't wait for this movie. I know, Peter. I'm excited too. You excited, Peter? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Peter Jackson, I'll pay him his $85 million base for the 4 years of work, which is like a $100 million deal in his New Zealand money. So Peter's making his $100 million for 4 years of work, but you have to divide his money, obviously. He gets a $10 million signing bonus, a $10 million bonus. That's for 3 years. Peter, is $10 million enough for you for 3 years of production? That's more than enough money. For Lord of the Rings, for all 3 movies, I made 10 for that. For pre-production and production, and I'm paying you 10 for pre-production. So for 3 years of pre-production period, you get your 10 million. That's a good deal for you, Peter. That's like, I don't know, 13 million, 14 million New Zealand money. That's a good paycheck for Peter. And then when production starts 4th year, Peter gets his 65 million for, I don't know, the 1 year of shooting. And after shooting is done, Peter gets another 10 million bonus. And that 10 million bonus is for post-production. But post-production, Peter will barely be working. He'll be watching. But he'll be consulting. Peter, I want you consulting for post-production, your ideas. You give them ideas of what you want to do for your movie. But Peter won't be really working for post-production. He's just watching and overseeing things. That's it, in the building in Vancouver. But post-production for Xanus will be like, I don't know, it'll take probably a year and like 3 months. Peter's like, if you want to release all 3 movies, for Lord of the Rings, when we finish filming all 3 movies, we only did post-production for 1 movie at a time, Ivan. You want to do all 3 movies, that's going to take you more than a year. Yeah, maybe a year and maybe 4 months to edit all that. I'm not going to rush the vision for that. Guys, I don't want to rush you. Even if it takes you a year and a half, like, I don't mind waiting that long. Just take your time, do your thing. I don't want to rush you. Peter, don't rush them. Let them do their thing. Give them time. Samsara? That way you don't rush them. That way you don't get cheesy stuff in your movie. If you pay them a $2 million salary and a $170,000 salary, they're going to work hard for you. In Hollywood, they make like $60K. $50K for that, yeah. $50K, $40K in Hollywood they make. Yeah, so Peter gets his $85 million base, and I'll give him $200 million for the game. If I make 14, 15, he gets $200 million for the game, and I'll give him $200 million for the merchandise profits. So $200 million of the game profits, $200 million of the merchandise profits, and you give Peter $700 million of the film profits. And Peter signed his $1.1 billion deal in Canadian money, which is a $1,450 million deal for Peter, a $1.4 million deal. So Peter's walking away with, I don't know, 4 something million in his bank. Yeah. $1.4 billion is like $800 million after taxes. But Peter's agent's taking 10% of that or 50% of that, whatever it is. So Peter's walking away like it's $700 million. What about double that? I'm like, Peter, no, I'm not paying you double. You're fucking greedy, man. This is my final offer. It's a deal, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just mad at you, man. This is more than I don't even make this in Hobbit. This is way more than what I made for the Hobbit. Lord of the Rings combined, Ivan. I know, Peter. I signed to a massive deal. And you happy, Peter Ivan? That's a good deal for me. His age, that's a good deal for Peter Ivan. You're very generous. And you're giving Peter almost a $2 million budget? Yeah, $1.8 million budget. Peter's like, holy shit, Ivan, your company goes out of the water. He's like, sign me up, Ivan. And Peter signs that massive contract. The biggest contract ever for a director, man. Yeah. Then Mel Gibson, I'll pay him his $56 million for the movie. If I choose him, but I might choose Mel over Peter, right? Don't hate Peter, I'm saying. Mel, I'll pay him his $56 million for the movie. He gets his Mel gets his $10 million bonus too for 3 years of pre-production. I'll pay him $40 million for the 1 year of shooting for production. And he gets a $6 million post-filming bonus. Then if I may, Mel, I can give him $60 million of the film profits. And I can give him $40 million for the game. I can give him $55 million for the merch. That's good for Mel Gibson. He signed like his 400, $50 million deal, Mel Gibson, which is like a $70 million deal. Mel Gibson signed like a $380, $370, $365 million deal in his American money. No, Mel, but I don't know if Mel lives in America though. If he lives in America, he signed like a $60 million deal. It's not a massive contract, Mel Gibson, but it's not the kind of money Peter's making because Peter's bigger than Mel Gibson. I'm sorry. That's my deal for both directors. Yeah. Yeah. You get the news Peter Jackson's a chosen director, and you get the deal. Peter gets his 85 million base, his 200 million of the merchandise profits, 200 million of the game profits. What about $500, Mike Peter, man? You're actually pissing me off, man. You're getting greedy. I'm not gonna sign to a $2 million deal. You're fucking crazy, man. I'm already overpaying you. Realistically speaking, Peter's worth maybe his, I don't know, he's worth maybe his 400 million of the royalties, Peter. I'm nice enough to give you 700. I'm nice enough to give you money for the game and the merch. But because Peter's selling on my brand, he knows me and Reed are going to make, I don't know, 18 billion off all this. He wants a bigger chunk of that because he's greedy, Peter. He's a greedy pig. He wants more. I'm like, Peter, I'm not paying you more, man. You're fucking greedy. Man, can I have more of that box set? I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not paying you more. You're fucking greedy. This is my final offer. That's enough money for me. I'm just messing you, man. Yeah. Sign me up, no sense. This is way more than what I made for Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit Island. He's like, Ivan, fuck Hollywood. Fuck Bob Shea and Michael and Ivan. Those guys owe me money. They gave me a shitty, like, $9 million budget. I only made $250 million Lord of the Rings. And I'm making way more for your movie. You gave me an unlimited, like, $1 million budget. I work much harder for you, Ivan. Fuck Hollywood, Ivan. You might tell me that. Yeah. Fuck Hollywood, Ivan. Your company blows out of the water. No, Ivan, seriously, man. Your company is like the new Hollywood, man. This is buried in Hollywood. I know, Peter. It's buried in Hollywood. No, Ivan, seriously, man. You signed me to, like, a $1.4 billion deal. You gave me like a $2 million budget, and you're giving me all these perks, luxury buffet. Like, your company blows out of the water, Ivan. I know. I read a car van, luxury hotel. I know, Peter. Your company blows out of the water. I know, Peter. Blows out of the water. What about Fran? Fran, I can pay her $5 million for the movie project. Yeah. What about 10? I'm like, no, Fran, you get 5. Because all Fran has to do is just producing duties and helping us with the script and the concept arts. She's not doing that much work, and she's sharing the goal with Peter, hence why I'm not going to pay her that much. I'm nice enough to pay you money too, Fran, because I can easily do a thing where I sign Fran and Peter to that deal, but I'm signing Peter to that deal, and I'm also paying Fran a little bit of money, like $5 million. That's a good deal for Fran, and she helps me and Peter with the script, the 3 volumes of Xanus. She helps us with the concept arts, and she helps my 17 with the producing duties. Fran will be my assistant producer. Whereas Peter's the executive producer with me and VJ. Mel Gibson's the executive producer with me and VJ. And Randy Walls, if he's chosen, I'll have him as my assistant producer too if I choose Mel. Or if I choose, right? Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah, you have to show John Howe and Ali what you're thinking of for the demonic characters. Okay, I want the wolves to look something like this Delving Annabelle. And I want the bats to look something like that Delving Annabelle. And I want the wolves to look something like this picture here. This clip here. Like, okay, Ivan, I see what you're saying. And you want them scarier than that? Yeah, push the horror of Eratat to the limit. Make Eratat and Ephesus and all those demonic beings as scary as you can possibly be. Make the army scary. How scary, Ivan? Make them as scary as you can possibly make them be. Push it to the limit. Okay, Ivan. And they draw devils, and the movie has to be a masterpiece. Yeah. Please, Ivan, that's too scary for the kids. I'm like, Peter, the kids can watch it with the parents. The parents could comfort them. They'll be fine. I'm saying? They can watch when they're older. It's not a big deal. Peter, when you read the book, it's very clear. The humans fear the wolves and the bats. They call the wolves the devil wolves of Barak. The devil, Eratat, the devil wolf king. The devil wolves of Rak. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be devils. They're not supposed to be PG-13 beings, Peter. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. So your story will be massive, Ivan. Yeah, in volume 2, I don't want to spoil the story for you. The scene, the captured scene with Tacitonius and Cassius, they I don't want to spoil so much of the story. There's a scene when there's a scene when they meet Eritad and all the wolves are staring at them. Imagine that in a movie, and they're all devils staring at them, and they're laughing. Eritad mocks them, and they're laughing at them, and they're devils. Yeah, I'm looking at masks. He's like, Ivan, they're laughing and everything. Yeah. Holy shit, I've been looking at our masks, man. The world's gonna fill for you guys. Ivan, this is better than my Lord of the Rings. Imagine like John Boyega and Jimo and Sue. They meet Eritad and his throne, right? And like you have all the thousands of wolves laughing at them. They're looking at a masterpiece. They're all scared. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at a masterpiece. And you have the pit, Bull the Pit Watcher. I'm like, yeah, Peter, Bull the Pit Watcher. Ivan, you're looking at a sick movie. This is better than Lord of the Rings, all right? No, Peter, it's better than Lord of the Rings. No, Ivan, seriously, man, this is a masterpiece, man. This is going to be the best story ever told, and motion picture, Ivan. I know, Peter. Yeah, I can't wait for this movie. I know, Peter. Relax, okay? I'm excited too. I'm saying he's all excited, Peter, and it becomes body by for the movie, Peter. Yeah, yeah. It's actually funny. I'm saying for Xanus, yeah, it's actually funny. Yeah, so for Lord of the Rings Hobbit crewmen, the people who are working for 3 years, what I can do is, second year they get 40,000 because they have families to feed. They have to feed their families. So second year you can pay them 40,000. Then third year you pay them 80,000, and fourth year they get 30,000. That's a good deal for them. That's 150K, right? Yeah, it's 150K. Because fourth year they're going to be doing the least work because that's during production. But the crewmen are also working during production, but they're doing the least work during production. Yeah. So that year you can pay them 30K. That way they can feed their families. Because that's a good picture for them. They can feed their families that money. I'm like, Peter, man, you're fucking blind, man. You know, Ivan, seriously, man. Holy, they made like 30K for the whole movie. They can feed their families that money, Ivan. That's a good picture for them. I know, Peter. Oh, Ivan, you can't pay them more, man. You're gonna drain the budget. He's blind, you're ruining them, son. Seriously, Ivan, you're gonna drain the budget if you pay them more. You can't afford to pay them more. This is a good paycheck for them, Ivan. They don't make this in Hollywood, Ivan. Don't worry, Ivan. They're gonna work hard for me. Don't worry about it. I was like, no, Ivan, seriously, man, Hollywood, for Lord of the Rings, they made like 30K, they were hard for me, Ivan. 150K split for 3 years is a good paycheck. That's a good deal for them, Ivan. They don't make this in Hollywood. I know, Peter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a good deal for them. Whereas the crewmen who work 2 years get a nice $100,000 check third year and a nice $50,000 check fourth year. $50,000 is a nice paycheck for 1 year of work. You're getting your you're getting your $1,600 paycheck every 2 weeks. That's a good paycheck. Because that's a good paycheck. They can feed their families that money. He's buying my skew the movie, yeah. He's buying my skew the movie, Peter. That's actually funny, I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, you have to show John how not only those pictures that they know. Also the pictures for your world tour for the mountains of Gilead, that green mossy Chromecast picture. And the other mountain sunset rock picture. Show John Howard Ali that picture that way they know for your world for your movie. Very important. Yeah. And show Peter, Prince of Egypt, I know what he knows for the Exodus of Saphius. Show Peter that he knows. You help him out, you help him and get him all to all. That way they make an amazing movie for you. Because I will be helping out Peter a little bit with ideas. That way you help him out, you know. And you have an assistant director, get him all to help him out. That way Peter's not stressed out. And you have the unit teams who are going to be helping out Peter. You can have Barry Osborne and Fran help out Peter too with directing too. If Fran, Peter, I know your wife directed that Gollum scene in Lord of the Rings. If Fran wants to direct the unit team, she can direct if she wants. Barry Osborne can direct if he wants to, obviously, to help Peter get him all to all they want, right, for the movie. Some scenes if they want it, right, yeah, for the movie. Tell Peter the way he knows, obviously. That's why Zane's be a masterpiece. The best movie ever made, yeah, man. Better than the Rings. Because yeah, Ivan, Ivan, Zane's will be a better trilogy than My Lord of the Rings, man. My Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, yeah. Your Lord of the Rings trilogy, Peter, was a masterpiece. And yeah, Zane's will beat it. Like, you can get a better trilogy. Zane's will be the best movie trilogy ever made. Nothing will top that, man. Because yeah, Ivan, nothing will top it. This is going to be the best movie trilogy ever made, I know. Peter, the best movie trilogy ever made. That's why Timothy Chalamet is going to compete hard with Yvonne Joji Depp for the role of Papyri, the farmer boy. And Russell Crowe will be competing hard with Don Cheadle and Vigo, man. Because all these Hollywood actors want to be a part of that amazing story. Yeah, I want to be a part of this amazing story. Experiencing the horror with Ivan, fighting all those devils. Yeah. They want to be part of that buzzing for the movie. That's why all those Hollywood actors are competing hard. It's crazy. Yeah. Because, yeah, Ivan, Russell Crowe's good for Merriman's, but you have to pay him more money, Ivan. You have to give him a nice piece of the film profits, Ivan. I know, but I can easily afford it. Yeah, Ivan, your profits is unlimited. I know, but it's unlimited. Billions in profit. I can easily afford to pay Russell Crowe a lot of money. Russell Crowe, I'll pay him his $18 million base salary and a $9.7 million signing bonus and $55 million of the film profit, the back end of the film profits, 4K Blu-ray film profits. Then you can pay him his $4 million for the game. And like $2.83 million for the merch. He signed like a $92 million deal, Canadian deal, which is a $100 million deal in his Australian money. So Russell will sign a massive $100 million deal for my movie. Yeah, and he gets $300K for the Skiv SOURCE Entertainment News magazine, right? Yeah. And the commercials. What about $1 million for Russell Crowe? Oh my guys, you're getting greedy. I'm not going to pay Russell Crowe $1 million for the promos. He gets $300K. You're ripping me off, guys. You're going to drain my budget. Russell Crowe's, the promo money is paid through the budget too, man. Yeah, it's paid to the salary budget. Yeah. I was like, I gotta be careful. That's my money, man. That's paid through the salary cap of the budget. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Some Sarah. How much you pay these guys? And Timmy Shalman, I'll pay him his 10.5 salary. I've won about 12. I'm like, no. Timothy gets 10.5. I have to watch my budget, man. And he gets 16 million of the film the back end of the film profits. I can pay him $1 million, like $2 for the merch, and he gets his like 2.3 million for the game. That's a good deal for Timmy Shalman. The game work, right? Yeah. Ivan, you're making a game, yeah. Like, you're in the game, yeah. You guys want to be part of the game? Heck yeah, I want to be part of the game. All the Hollywood actors are going to want to be part of all my games, yeah. Ivan, I want to be a part of that game. You crazy, man? I want to be part of that game, yeah. I'm paying you millions for it. It's a good deal for you guys, obviously. Ivan, what about, like, 4 million for Russell Crowe and 10 million of the royalties for the game? Oh, my guys, you're actually pissing me off, man. You're getting greedy. You smell one water, you're sharks. You're getting greedy. You're trying to suck more money out of the profits. I'm not going to pay Russell Crowe 4 million and 10 million of the royalties. He's ripped me off, man. I'm not going to overpay these guys, and have them rip me off. They're not the main show. I'm not going to overpay Russell Crowe and have him rip me off. I'm sorry. No, he gets 4 million Russell Crowe for the game. That's a good deal for him. A $4 million salary for the game work. That's how much he makes in Hollywood for some of his movies, right? Yeah, it's a good deal for Russell Crowe. He signed a $100 million deal, Russell Crowe. Massive contract. He's walking around, I don't know, 54, 55 million in his bank, Russell Crowe, after taxes and agent. His agent takes 10%. Yeah, $100, like $3 million after taxes is like, I don't know, like, it's like 61.5 million. His agent takes 10% of that. That's 6.1. Yeah, Russell Crowe's walking away like 55 million in his bank. After taxes. Tens of millions in his bank. It's a massive contract for him. He's like, holy shit. Once I offered him that contract, he's like, holy shit, man, Ivan's company blows out of the water. I don't make this now. I make like my 20, 15, 12, 8 in Hollywood. Yeah. My company blows out of the water. It's not a mega deal, Russell Crowe. That's what I finally hit Brewer's mind once I saw on the stars. Holy shit, Ivan, man, your company blows out of the water. All your actors sign like mega deals, Ivan. Hollywood can't afford this, I know. Yeah. The reason why the Xanus stars signed mega deals is because I'm giving all the major stars royalties. Because my movies are going to do billions in profit, I can afford to give 12 of the stars nice royalties. Hollywood can't afford that. They'll drain all the profits if Hollywood gave all the actors that kind of money. But for my company, it's not draining the profits. It's a small portion of it. It's a tiny piece of it. Tiny piece of the profits. A good, like, I don't know, 200 million of my money is going towards paying all the major stars royalties. And then Peter takes the bulk of it, is $700 million. Yeah. So me and VJ make $7 million off the movie. Only a good like $900 million of our money went to royalties, and me and VJ take the rest. We still have our, I don't know, our $6.1 billion. Yeah. Which is $4 billion in profit from the $2 billion we spent. Good investment. Yeah, man. Good investment, man. We also make our billions off the merchandise and the game, too. Yeah, but we're getting paid, me and VJ, because we're the boss. That's why Peter wants a bigger chunk of that, because he knows me and VJ are going to make our billions off the movie. Not just the movie, the merchandise is billions, and the game is billions, too. That's why Peter wants a bigger chunk of that. Because he's greedy. He's a greedy pig. Can I get more of that? I don't like, no, Peter, I'm not paying you more. You're fucking greedy. Like, Ivan, man, you're greedy too, man. You're taking all those billions and you're giving me peanuts. I'm like, Peter, you get paid for what you're worth, man. You're not as big as me, VJ. I'm not going to pay you like $1 billion for the royalties and $500 million for the merchant of the game. You're fucking crazy, Peter. You think I'm going to sign you to a $2+ billion deal, Peter? You rip me off. I'm not going to pay you that, man. You're not worth that. I'm saying this Peter's greedy. Yeah, he's a greedy pig. Yeah. So Timmy Shalman signed like a $30 million deal in Canadian money, which is like a $20 million deal in his American money. He lives in Timmy Shalman lives in New York, I believe. So he signed like a $30 million deal, Timmy Shalman, which is like $20 million in his American money. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, right? So Timmy Xiaomi signed his $30 million deal. That's a $21.63 million deal in his American money. $21.6 million after taxes is like 12.8 million around there. His agent takes 10% of that. That's 2.8 million. So Timothy Xiaomi's walking away like 11 million in his bank after taxes. And they also get potential earnings in speaking, which can range from 400K, 700K, 600K, even $1 million in speaking. Yeah. That's what my company blows out of the water. Yeah, man. The actors from my company who work for my movie, when they go speaking, they're going to be making their hundreds of thousands, man. They're 300, 400, 500, even 800K in speaking money. That's nice side money for a Hollywood actor, right? Get another car with that money, man. Go on a vacation with that money. Get nice clothes, yeah. Yeah. That's why Peter Jackson might want more money for the world tour. Ivan, are you going to pay more than the actors? I'm like, no, Peter, you get an equal amount of the actors. Why not, Ivan? I'm like, Peter, man, stop being greedy. I'm already paying more than everyone else. You get an equal amount with the actors. He's like, fine, whatever, man. He might be pissed off because he wants a bigger chunk of that. Yeah, Peter wants like his $2-3 million in speaking because he's greedy. He's like, Ivan, you're greedy too, man. You're taking the majority of the money. I'm like, yeah, Peter, because me and Vijay are the boss. We're the main show. I'm nice enough to give you guys a nice piece of my money. But you're not making the kind of money me and Vijay are making. Because Peter knows me and Vijay are going to pull in around our 7, 8, 9, $10 million in speaking. He wants a bigger chunk of that. He wants like his 2-3 million. Peter. So you might be a bit pissed off that he's making the same amount of money as the actor. He feels like he deserves more. Because he's bigger than them. Because he's greedy, Peter. Yeah, I want a bigger chunk of that, man. I'm like, Peter, you get an equal amount for the world tour with all the actors and members of my team. And I'm not paying more money, Peter. You're getting greedy. So I'm saying you're a greedy pig, Peter. I'm like, higher more than that. I'm like, no, Peter, I want to pay you more. You're fucking greedy, man. So I'm saying, fine, Ivan, whatever, it's fine. I was like, Peter, like, you're actually pissed off. Yeah, man, I deserve more, Ivan. I'm bigger than mine. I'm like, Peter, I'm already paying you way more than everyone else. You signed your 1.4 billion deal, and now you want to suck more money out of the speaking fees, man. Peter, man, stop being greedy. I'm not going to pay more money. You get an equal amount of the actors. For the speaking fees, Peter gets an equal amount with the Hollywood actors. I'm not paying more money. Because Peter wants his like 2.5, 3 million in speaking because he's greedy. He wants to take a bigger chunk of me and Vijay's money, obviously, because he's greedy. Yeah. He wants more money. He's greedy, Peter. Yeah, I'm not paying more money. If the actors make $1 million in speaking, you make your $1 million in speaking. I should be making like $3 million in speaking. I'm like, Peter, I'm not going to overpay you for the speaking fees. You get an equal amount with the actors. Stop being greedy. Some Sarah? Yeah. You already signed your 1.4 million deal, and now you want to come on, Peter. You want to take more money for yourself in the speaking fees, Peter. You're getting greedy, man. So Sarah, yeah, I want to make a child. Yeah, he's greedy, Peter. He's a greedy pig. He's greedy. The greedy animal, Peter. Yeah. Watch out for the greedy Peter, Ivan. He's a greedy pig. The Xanus stars can pull even $1 million. Yeah, I'm probably going to be speaking at 80 to even 100 places around the world. It's a world tour, something crazy. Like, I don't know, 2.5 months of touring. So if I speak at 80 places, the actor is going to be pulling in their $1 million in speaking, because chances are all my venues are going to have 10, 20,000 people. So the actor is going to be pulling in their 10, 15, 12 grand. You do the math. You speak at 80 places. Some places they make 20 grand. They can pull in even their $1 million in speaking. 900K, 800K in speaking. That's why the agents who represent the actors are. Yeah, if the actors go speaking and they make money off that, we want 10%. We want our cut of that too. The agents are greedy. Yeah. If Peter makes his $1 million in speaking, we want our 100K. If John Boyega makes his $1 million in speaking, we want our 100K off that. Ivan, yeah, you guys will get your 10% of everything, but the $2,000 gift card you don't touch. Yeah, Ivan, even the promos. Even John Boyega's $250K for the promos, the Skiv SOURCE Entertainment News, the magazine promos, and the commercials, we want a 10% out too, Ivan. Yeah, you guys get your 10% of everything, but you don't touch the $2,000 gift card. You're not getting a piece of that, guys. Ivan, do we get a $2,000 gift card? I'm like, no, you guys don't get a $2,000 gift card. The agents don't get a $2,000 gift card from my company. They don't get a $2,000 gift card. So I'm saying, yeah. Yeah, Carl Urban, because he's worth $20 million. I thought he was worth $3 million. He's a smaller agent, so you have to pay him what? Yeah, but because Cornelius is a supporting character, but he doesn't contribute as much of the role as like Tacitonius and like Cassius. So I'll pay Carl Urban his 8. I'll match his salary with Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is worth how much now? Oh, he's worth $40 million? But here it says $18 million. Here it says $18 million. Here it says $40 million. So I don't know which is accurate. If Andy Serkis is worth $40 million, I have to pay him more. Obviously, I'll give him more for the. I have to pay him more, man. Like, okay, so he's worth but Celebrity Net Worth is giving me $18 million. So I don't know which is more accurate. I don't know. Carl Urban, I'll pay him his 8 for his base, which is like, I don't know, like $11 million his New Zealand money off. That's a good deal for Carl Urban. I can give him $10.8 million at the back end because he's worth $20 million. That's a massive contract for Carl Urban. Pay him his $2 million for the game, and you give Carl Urban like his $600K for the merch. Sorry, $500K for the merch. It's a good deal for Carl Urban, Samsara. So Carl Urban's signing like, I don't know, a $29 million deal in his New Zealand money. He gets 8 plus 10.8 plus 2 plus, that's a $20.8 million deal. $500K, that's a $21.3 million deal. And he gets his $250K for the merch. That's a $21.5 million deal, pretty much. And Carl Urban lives in New Zealand. Yeah, Carl Urban signed like a $30 million deal in his New Zealand money. So Carl Urban is like pretty much making. Yeah, Carl Urban is making like he's like the what? Carl Urban will be like the second highest paid actor in my movie, because he lives in New Zealand, because he happens to live in New Zealand, he's making even more. He signed like, I don't know, a $30 million, $29 million deal in his New Zealand money, a $21 million deal in Canadian money, which is like a $29 million deal in his New Zealand money. So he's walking away with like his $10, $11 million in his bank after taxes his agent. He's got a massive deal, Carl Urban. Yeah, I don't worry about it. I'm going to work much harder for you than I did for fucking Bob Shea Magdalene. For Lord of the Rings, I made nothing, Ivan. It launched my career, but I made nothing for that movie, Ivan. This is more than what I'm making for The Boys, yeah. Carl Urban makes like a few $1 million for The Boys every year, right? A few $1 million for The Boys. My phone battery's done, so I can't check the currency converter. Yeah. So, Sarah? If Andy Serkis is worth his 40, I can pay him his I'll still pay him his 8 because he doesn't contribute as much to the role. Job is a supporting character, but he's not as major as like Tacitonius and like Papari. I'll pay Andy Serkis his 8. I can give him his $16 million of the back end of the royalties to keep him happy. That's a good deal for Andy Serkis. You can pay him like $2.3 million for the game, and you give him like $1 million. I don't know, $1 million, like 2 for the merch. That's a good deal for Andy Serkis. He signed like his what? His why? You're paying John Boyega more than me, yeah, Andy Serkis, because John Boyega contributes more to the role than you. But I'll give you more for the back end, of the film profits to keep you happy. So 8 plus 16 plus 2.3 plus like 1. Andy Serkis signed a $27 million deal. In Canadian money, which is, I don't know, he lives in England, I believe, right? Andy Serkis lives in England. That's like a $17 million deal, 17 million deal in English money. So Andy Serkis signed a $17 million deal. Walking away, I don't know, like 8 million, 9 million is back after taxes. 8 million is back after taxes, a lot of money. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. He makes like his 5, 6, 7 Hollywood Andy Serkis. 4 million, yeah. Like Hollywood wasn't that water. You see all my Xanus Brand signed massive deals, they all signed massive deals. And that's why once all the Hollywood actors see all the contracts, they're like, holy shit, all of Ivan's major stars signed massive deals. Yeah, they all signed massive deals. What about Danielle Minette? Danielle Minette, I can pay her 3.5 for her salary. I can give her 5.5 million of the film profits. That's a good deal for Danielle Minette. You pay her yeah. The woman actor, you can just pay them 1.52 for the game. I can pay her 1.5 million for the game, Danielle Minette. So Danielle Minette signed like a 10 million deal around there, right? A 10, about the same deal as Yvonne Joji. Yvonne Joji signed a 12 million deal. This is how much bigger A-listers is making Hollywood, guys. Like 10, 9, like 11, 12 is how much bigger A-listers. That's how much I'm paying B-list actors for Xanus, man. That's what my company blows on the water. All the stars signed massive deals. My movie. That's why all the Hollywood actors like, holy shit, man, Ivan's company blows on the water. That's why previously like, holy shit, man, all your stars signed mega deals, Ivan. Yes, Peter. That's why they're all going to work so hard for you, Peter. I know, Ivan. Because you pay the Hollywood actors so much money, they're going to work their ass off for me. Yeah, you're looking at better acting even your Lord of the Rings performance, Peter. Yeah, man. Sean Astin stole the show for Lord of the Rings. He was the heart and soul of that movie. His performance in Return of the King was breathtaking. He deserves an Oscar for that movie, and he got nothing for it, man. Sean Astin made peanuts for Lord of the Rings, and he destroyed the role of Sam. Carl Urban destroyed the role of Aemir for Lord of the Rings, and he got nothing. Now, Ivan, I only made like 100K for Lord of the Rings, Ivan. And your performance was amazing, Carl Urban. I know, Ivan. Yeah, Carl Urban will tell me that. I was like, Ivan, fuck Hall. I'm going to work much harder for you, man. You signed me to a mega deal, I know. Ivan, I don't make this now. In Holland, I make like my 3, my 4 for the boys, Ivan. I made like 100K for Lord of the Rings, and you signed me to like my 21 million deal, which is like $28 million in my New Zealand money. Holy shit. This is like 10 million. This is like millions in my bag. I want to work much harder for you, and they all destroy the role. Because they're all getting paid, man. They're getting paid. And I'm spoiling them with perks too, right? Don't forget that. So I'm sorry, huh? Yeah. And on top of that, they also have potential earnings in speaking, which can range from 700K to even $1 million in speaking, man. And now you guys are gonna start with my company. Me and VJ's film studio will blow out of the water. And that's why Peter wants a bigger chunk of it. I'm not paying Peter more money, man, for the world tour. I deserve more. I'm like, Peter, man. I'm not gonna pay more money, man. You're fucking greedy. Why not? I'm like, Peter, man. Stop being greedy, man. You get it equal now with the actors, man. I'm already overpaying you. You're making way more than everyone else. All these Hollywood actors' contracts, Lord of the Rings is for Xanus is packaging is a bigger contract, Peter. I'm not paying more money for the world tour. You're getting greedy. Obviously. Why? You're greedy too, man. I know you and VJ are going to make like your $9 million in speaking. Yes, Peter, because me and VJ are the boss. Hence why I'm making way more now, you guys. I'm nice enough to give you a nice piece of my money. Me and VJ's money. So even though I'm greedy, I'm a greedy pig, obviously. Me and VJ are greedy pigs, obviously. We're generous enough to make sure the actors are paid well for the movie. And we spoil them with perks. And I'm paying them good money for the world tour. I'm giving them a nice piece of my money. I'm taking the majority of the money, but I'm giving them a nice piece of my money. That way they get paid good money. And they can make their 700, 800K, even $1 million in speaking. So even though I'm very greedy, I'm very generous. Whereas you're cheap, Peter. You're greedy and cheap. For Lord of the Rings, those Lord of the actors worth their ass off for you, and they made nothing, and you took all that treasure for yourself, Lord of the Rings. You're fucking greedy, Peter. Yeah, I didn't give them shit. It's my money. I know, Peter, it's your money. You deserve the money. It's your money. That's pretty cold, man. They worked their ass off for those Lord of the Rings actors, and they made nothing, and you took all that treasure for yourself, Lord of the Rings. You're fucking greedy, Peter. You're greedy pig, sir. Yeah, I didn't give them shit. That's my money. That was yeah, because Peter's a greedy. He's a greedy pig. He's a greedy animal, Peter. Yeah. What's that? Yeah. So let's say I speak at a venue that has 20,000 people. They charge the fans $40 for the event. So 20,000 times 40. That's 800K. So the organizers take 400K. Me and VJ take 400K. Me and VJ make 400K off that venue. Me and VJ take 250K of the money. We split 150K with the 16 people. So 150,000 divided by 16. The actors make 9,000 for that event. Almost 10 grand. Yeah. Yes, me and VJ are taking the majority of the money because we're the boss. I'm giving a nice piece of it to make sure the actors get paid. So you see how I'm saying how the actors will be pulling in their like 800 grand, probably even $1 million plus, because some of my venues will be like 50,000 people. If it's a venue of 50,000 people, the actors are making their like 30 grand, man, $30,000. Or if it's 20,000 fans, the actors will be making on average 10 grand for the event. Because chances are they're going to charge the fans about $40 for the event. So the actors you speak at, let's say all my venues have 20,000 people and we speak at 80 places, the actors will be making they're like $700,000 because they're making like 10 grand per 10 grand per event. What do you think the average the actor will be making? I think the average the actors will be making for my speaking world tour probably around 10, 12, 13, 14 grand. In some venues they make 30, 25, 30K is more rare, but some venues they might make 30, 25, 20, 18. Well, on average they'll probably be making their like 9, 12, 14 grand. So if you speak at 80 places, you do the math, that's 800, 900, even